Alright, it is now live. Thank you for tuning in on this very short notice thing of an interview for RPGs for Charities. Joining me here today is Chris Bellamy, the head of RPGs for Charities.
How's it going?
Just a reminder, if you have any questions, please submit them to the Q&A box, or as often as I can, I will check for YouTube comments and we'll see what happens. Besides that, do you want to tell us a little bit, what is the event? Tell us about it.
Well, I'll give it to you in a nutshell. At its heart, this is just a 48-hour marathon RPG run in Pathfinder. So it's just your classic Dungeons and Dragons paper pencil RPG played with a GM and 5 players. It gets a little unique in that each one of the 5 players we've selected, each are backing a charity that is close to their heart in some way. And the longer they're able to stay awake in that 48-hour period, the more money they're going to be earning for the charity of their choice. Now, as an extra little bonus, people that are watching the live stream that we'll be having of the event will have the opportunity to donate however much money they want to the cause. And the more they donate, the more opportunities and things they can actually deploy to the players during the event. So if you've got a player that has a charity that you like, breast cancer awareness or something, you can say, that fella seems to be getting a little sleepy. I'd like for him to stay awake longer. You can donate $5 and get him an energy drink to drink, and that certainly perk him up, and it's a lot of help. On top of that, you can actually also deploy things not just to the players, but to their characters. Things like scrolls of different magic spells, healing potions, this and that. You can actually hire minions for them for help. And if helping them out is not your thing and you want a little more action, you can actually donate in order to hinder the players as well with natural disasters and monsters. You can actually name yourself, all kinds of wacky things. So all in all, we're all trying to have a great time and play a big, epic game of Pathfinder for 48 hours to try to raise money for one of, well, actually all 5 charities that we've got on the website.
About to say, speaking with some people before, like when I've had to kind of explain this event to some people, the way they kind of put it in a strange way to think about it is that they've kind of went, so it's kind of like Hunger Games.
I've had that analogy made more than a few times, and I am totally fine with that. In fact, with meeting with some of the organizations we're working with to try to make this happen, it was suggested that whenever people are donating to get items for the characters, we actually having them drop down in little pods, like in Hunter Games, and fall right in front of them. Oh, that was a healing potion. That's convenient. Like someone's watching me. So yeah, it has a lot of similarities to that kind of feel to it.
And I know a lot of people wondering, why is this going to be exciting? How is it going to be exciting to watch these people? Well, it's the fact of, you have no idea. A lot of people don't understand how taxing it can be to play a game, any tabletop game, for a long, extended amount of time, right?
Absolutely. And like I've told a lot of people, it's common knowledge that having another person tell you about a gamer story from their past is just about as boring a thing as you could ever have to go through, because they were the ones that experienced this. They know the context, they know everything. They're already invested in the story. Well, the beauty of this particular event is every 3 hours, we've got a new GM coming in to actually tell the story and continue on. So the actual narrators, the game masters, are staying fresh while the players are still trudging on. And the whole time, the players are playing the same players or characters in the same world, and the same stories being told over this long period of time that everybody watching on the web stream can actually get invested in. And you also have a community of people that are watching it with you. So, hey, did you see them fail that roll? Oh, it was the worst possible moment for that. hey, maybe we should think about donating and help this guy out. For example, these stories are not just for you and some buddies, which is classically what it's for. It's now for you and a huge community of people to enjoy, and it will, with any luck whatsoever, be an absolutely epic event.
Yeah, but it's going to be kind of interesting how far the IndieGoGo has gone so far, and there's actually still more people that I know who are actually willing to donate as soon as they have the money on hand.
A lot of my research and looking at this has told me that vast majority of our funding is probably going to be coming very near the last minute, which we I set the goal at 2,000, and very frankly, if we got no donations, this would still be going on because all of the support of the people that have been volunteering alone, we're just as passionate as we can be, and we can make this happen even without that. But the more we get in our pockets to help manage the production costs of all this, will actually make it a lot better event. And with the little bit we've got now, we've already seen some major improvements of what we can do. And if I tally up all of the donations that I've been told are incoming here in the next few days, we should certainly be getting a good production to be put out. But I really encourage everybody to donate whatever they can to the IndieGoGo campaign, because you're not really losing much. You get an opportunity to get some swag from the store, which my wife Iris has actually worked really hard to put together with a lot of great decals and all. And you actually get money for the player store, which is what I mentioned before, that can actually let you purchase things to happen in game for the characters and all that. So you're basically front loading your donation right here and helping us put all this together so that we're not getting the money after the time we need it. So, and any of the money that we're not using for production or for anything else is going straight back into the pot for the charities. We're not taking a dime for ourselves. We believe in these charities so much. So we look forward to having a real successful Indiegogo campaign, and we look forward to having a lot of people pitch in for it.
I'm really excited to see it really come to fruition because um, you've contacted me about this event, and I have, behind the name of Omake Ikuze, being one of the founding members, I have thrown money at it. I will honestly admit I have thrown money at it.
And it appreciates all you throw at it.
I mean, um, but I'd say we're talking about broadcasting it live on Twitch and possibly trying to see if we can't do a Twitch YouTube, right?
Yeah, if we can get the technology to work properly, we're looking at getting it to simultaneously broadcast on our Twitch.tv channel and on a YouTube G Plus Hangout stream as well, to try to get as much exposure to as many people as possible. And all the above is going to have the links to the store where you can actually donate and all that. But we haven't worked out all the technological details yet. We're really still trying to figure out how much we have to work with and what technology we're actually going to have in order to do this. So we're pending on that. Just look out for the website. It'll tell you everything here very shortly.
All right. I say, what I'm thinking about, do you want to tell people what the web addresses to look for are right now?
Oh, well, the big address you got to remember is the easiest address you could possibly remember. It is www.rpgsforcharities. That's RPGS FOR charities.com. That links you pretty much to everywhere, but I'd be glad to give you the other addresses. We've got a Facebook page, which is literally facebook.com/RPGs for Charities. We've got Twitter for the Twitter address. Our Twitter name is actually RPGs, the number 4. This is backward because I'm on a webcam. Charities.com. And The Twitch TV address is twitch.tv/RPGs For Charities. And the only one that's a little odd is the IndieGoGo campaign, which is indiegogo.com/projects/RPGs for charities. You can type it in the search bar; it'll find it's pretty much the only one that shows up. So we're pretty easy to find if you can remember our name.
All right. So I'm sure there's a big question that a lot of people are going to be wondering whenever they come back and they watch this video, for those who haven't had a chance to see it live. What started this idea?
Oh, it's good you actually asked that. It's actually a long story. I'm going to try to condense as much as possible.
Okay.
I literally was driving down the road after getting some bad news on two or three fronts of some friends of ours that were having some monetary problems, effectively, and some health problems. And I was lamenting to my wife about how we've got this huge network of friends that are all involved in gaming, and that is our one big connection to each other. And it's an enormous network. I know so many people through my hobby, but this network does nothing but kill time. It does nothing for me except it burns time for me and my friends to have time, on a Saturday night or something. And
Yeah.
it had occurred to me eventually that why am I not somehow utilizing this community to try to help out the members of that same community? And at first I thought, maybe we should just have like a little drive. Hey, can anybody donate to try to help these people out? And it kind of ballooned outward until my wife kind of looked at me and said, well, if you're going to do all this, then why don't you just go all out and have a big like con and try to raise money with a big con? It never went to that kind of scale, but that was the very beginnings of what this was. We figured, if everybody can stream stuff on Twitch and Google, then heck, we can stream a ridiculously long role-playing game and, hey, entertain some people and maybe help some people out while we're at it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it's one of those things of not a lot of people have really thought about doing it. It's one of those things of it's. A lot of people have gone for, okay, let's do retro gaming consoles, let's do modern gaming for charities. No one has really stopped to really go, hey, what about a tabletop? Where some of the most obscure, crazy, off-the-wall things can actually happen.
It sounds like such a chore to try to put together. If you don't have, for example, enough webcams, if they don't have decent sound in the room, people watching it, and a lot of attention to what is going on. There's a lot of YouTubes out there that actually have people that have broadcast their games, and their games at home are really aimed to entertain the people that are in front of them, the table, and that's all you
Yeah.
should have to worry about. As long as you're having fun, you're doing it right. But I think, to the best of my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that sees this in the future, this is probably the first attempt at trying to do this with the goal of entertaining a audience on purpose on mass scale. So everything we're putting into this is with the understanding that people are going to be watching this online, and they should be able to see everybody's reactions, should be able to hear what everyone's saying with very little effort, and should in one way or other be able to get invested in what the story is and how everybody's reacting to each other.
Um, hmm, where is the event going to be held? I'm sure that's what a lot of people are going to want to know.
Fantastic. We actually got a venue over here in Greenville, North Carolina, and it's a gaming store run by Matt Bird over here. This is a Gamers Haven, and it's right on the corner of 10th Street and I want to say that's Cotanch at that point.
Yeah, I believe it's Cotanch.
Is it? Okay, yeah. It's right across the road from the Sheets in Greenville over there toward East Carolina University. So it's not too hard to find. You can actually go to the website. We're going to have a little map up so you can go there if you want to go check out the place. We've actually got a gamer room upstairs specifically for this. It's closed off, so You can come to the store. You're not going to interrupt anything. We're going to have it streamed with a projector up on the wall so everybody can watch what's going on and enjoy a lot of awesome things. From what I understand, he's going to have some Magic games going on. Has a lot of tables for Warhammer 40K and that kind of thing if you're interested in that, and lots of other stuff that you can purchase. And I'm sure he'll probably have some role-playing games going on at the same time. So come on out and have yourself a good time.
Now, the biggest advantage the rest of the staff and the GMs have over the players is the fact of they can rest. Am I correct?
Absolutely, and we did that very, very much on purpose. We want to see the players squirm just a little bit. And after talking to a lot of professionals, I'm told that 48 hours is probably on the verge of how far a person can go without really, really causing some harm. So I actually did a little bit of testing with a couple of our players ahead of time to find out what exactly would happen in this 48-hour period. And with the testing, and this is without any modifiers, any caffeine or anything like that, it turns out a lot of them were able to make it 48 hours without any aids whatsoever. But right at that 3 hours till 48-hour period, they take a really sharp cognitive decline, and it gets really hard for them to stay awake. And I'll tell you, the added problems they're going to have is, one, all the GMs are going to be well rested, and they're going to be sharpened on their game and trying to whack their characters. And even if their character dies, it will not mean that the player is going to be ejected from the game. They're going to sit there until the end of this particular session, and they'll be, healed, resurrected, whatever, or someone will bring them back to life. But I'll tell you, the most boring thing you can possibly do is sit in a group of other people having a game, wishing your character was alive. So at about 36 hours, you're really sleepy, your guy is dead, and you have no choices to make, you're going to start waning fast.
Oh, man. I imagine so. I imagine it's going to be quite interesting almost about 20 hours in with people having to constantly be creative, trying to think of different ways to get through a scenario. Because
Yeah,
as far as I'm aware, none of the players have any idea what's in store for them.
not really. Several have asked, and we've given them small hints. Yeah, you're going to be in a town, and that's kind of all we leave it at. But we've got a lot of good ideas going on. We've got a central campaign setting, which is actually really small, and each of the
Okay.
GMs are going to be submitting their own small game supplement, game module for the 3 hours blocks that they're signed up for. So each one of them are going to take their own very unique approach to gaming to these players, and it's going to be swapped up. So these players, 1 minute, are going to get used to one GM style, and the next minute, that GM throws everything out the window and treats it a completely different way in a different place. So it'll be jarring for them, and with any luck, it's immensely entertaining to us.
Alright. Do we have any ideas on when a story teaser might be dropped for the audience?
I'll be honest with you. We hadn't given any thought in that. We've been really focused on that the IndieGoGo project. Uh, as soon as IndieGoGo campaign is over, most likely we're going to start looking at the end game and start getting stories submitted and start teasing out what's in store for the players. I know we've got another couple of little movies that we're planning on putting together to entice people to come see, and hopefully we'll be able to show that to you really, really soon. So my bet is a couple of days after the Indiegogo campaign is over, keep your eyes out on the website and on the Facebook chat and all that, and you should be seeing a lot of little interesting tidbits about what's going to happen to them. Hopefully not too much, but just enough to get you interested.
Just enough to kind of pique people's interest. And one thing I've noticed on the Indiegogo is that you're actually offering up rewards for like little stretch milestones. Just to kind of go, hey, look, if we can hit this mark, if you donate this much money, this is what you're going to get in return. So this is definitely one of those campaigns where people can expect some sort of return for their investment.
Absolutely. My wife Iris went out of her way. This was really her big pet project. She went out of her way to make sure that every donation point on the IndieGoGo campaign had enough bite in it so that when you donated that money, you didn't feel like you were just, giving to charity for all that's worth. You're giving to charity and you're going to come away with something. And not only that, the more people we have donating, the sweeter the pot gets, and the more stuff you will get without even having to do anything. We have an endless number of stuff that we're trying to unlock as we get more and more of the funds available to us. So donating even at the smallest amounts can still net you not only the stuff that's visible, but more stuff as it comes forward.
Uh, trying to think, what else is there really to talk about? I mean, we have 5 players, each with different interesting backgrounds. And how many different GMs are there currently right now?
I'm glad you asked. So far, we've got 6 of them. And I was actually going out of my way to see if I can find 1 or 2 more. So if you happen to be in the Greenville, North Carolina area in those days, we're talking August 30th through September 1st, then by all means give me a message, drop me an email or something, and ask to sign up, and we'd be more than willing to work with you and see if we can get that done. Right now, we've got plenty to handle it, but we're trying to reduce how many shifts per se each GM has to have to make sure everybody is super refreshed and we have the advantage of the players.
Alright. One thing I want to know is, day of the event, how can people donate?
Well, I'll tell you, on the Twitch.tv page and any other pages we're going to be successful streaming it on, we're going to have a link. And this link is going to go to a special store that we've set up. Now, this is strictly during the event. You're going to have the ability to go through the store and actually purchase individual things that you want to get for the players with characters. And it's pretty straightforward. If you want to buy a scroll that's like level 6, got some sort of magic spell on it, hey, click on this level 6 scroll, click the spell, and purchase it and go through, and you'll actually have a place where you can identify which player needs to get it, and that goes straight through. If you're an IndieGoGo donator, part of every package is so much money toward that player store, in which we're going to set up a effectively coupon for that amount of money for you to use in that store, so you're not having to repay again. You can utilize that coupon and get all the stuff that you earned through the IndieGoGo campaign and purchase it that way. So it's a pretty straightforward process. Right now, it's looking like the store is going to be set up and ready to work out either tonight or tomorrow, so people can start looking it over and be interested in it.
Alright, that's good to know. One question that's on my mind right now, since it's also going to be while the store is open, what if someone comes in and they find out about the event and they want to donate, whether by computer or if they want to donate by cash? Is that possible?
Oh, we will find a way, but we have a very specific way for people like that. We're actually going to have a computer station inside the store downstairs, already set up and on the player's store for people to be able to donate if they want to go ahead and use credit card or PayPal or something like that. If they want to do it in cash, we've got lots of volunteers. We call them gophers. And the gophers are going to literally be all over the place. You just ask for the boss. Boss Gopher will take your money and will note who you are. And if you want something special, like a prize you get from the store, we are more than happy to just take it verbally. Hey, I want this, and he'll ship it upstairs and get that information to the organizers, and we'll deploy it to the GM that's operating at the moment. So it's a really easy process. On top of that, I'll say if you're coming into the store, we're also planning on having some raffles for people that happen to be there. So if you're in and you want to donate, you also have a chance to win big prizes. Like I know we've got one which is like a personal swing hammock that you can put up. It's a really nice thing. We're gonna have some
And
pictures in.
those are comfortable.
Oh, it is amazing. I almost wanted to keep it for myself, but I fought the temptation. So yeah,
Um,
I highly
and
encourage you to come out.
and just got a message here. You guys need to fix your cameras. I'm sorry, I'm working with the best I can. My light kind of blew on my end, and my desktop is disconnected right now, so I'm using my laptop.
And I am half dark. I look like I'm Darth Vader here. I'll see what I can do about getting some more light here. Whoops, here we go. I'll give you a tour of my living room while I'm at it. That is a horrible, horrible thing. Ah, there we go. Hello, everyone. This is what I look like.
Much better.
Yeah, fantastic. All right.
But trying to think, what else is there out there?
Oh, let me tell you, if it's all the same to you, one of the things I was really hoping to do on this show was talk a little bit about the players themselves. We have had the the awesome opportunity to get 5 distinctly different personalities of players in here, and they each one bring a lot to the table. I want to go over it. One of the people, and you can actually see every one of them on the banner up on any of our social media sites. You'll see them all in order. Uh, actually, the female of the group, there's one female out of the 5, and she's a mother, a gamer forever and a day, and she's really big into the role-playing side rather than the crunchy side of role-playing. Yeah. She has frequent insomnia issues, so she's a good favorite to actually make it to 48 hours. But she's very nervous that she's going to end up in situations where she won't have anything to do and may slip into sleepy time because of that. So something to watch out for. One of the fellas that we've got participating is a father himself. He's actually a stay-at-home dad, so he feels pretty confident that he's going to be able to stay up however long he wishes. He has a real hard time moving around. He actually moves around with a cane, so he says sitting is not a big deal. Oh, I have light. Congratulations.
Much better.
Yeah. And he unfortunately has some problems where some of the medication he takes will sometimes cause him to get a little bit drowsy. So we're looking out to find how that works. I've already told everybody that's on any kind of medication that they have to continue taking that. We're not going to take any risks with anyone with their health. So we've got people watching out for that, so there's no worries. Of the remaining 3, we've got one fella, a good friend of mine, who's actually he's half African American, half Japanese fella. He's as good a guy as they come, but he is just as laid back as anyone human being can ever be. He loves RPGs to death, but he's had very limited experience playing, especially in Pathfinder. So his big hang-up is going to end up being, can he master all of the technical details as fast as he probably needs to? So we'll see how that goes. Of the 2 left, one of the people have been playing forever and a day. He's an awesome guy. He's got this really cool tattoo of bones on his left arm. I really hope he dresses to impress you to see that. But he's had a lot of experience with the Pathfinder system and the whole World of Darkness new series. But he's the kind of guy that is usually in a very small knit group. So having 5 people around him that he's not exactly super familiar with, and then being broadcast onto the internet, that may be a factor for him. So we're gonna look out for that and see and see how that goes. And finally, and you'll have to bear with me. I'm trying to fix my thing here. There we go. finally, the last person we have doing he's a veteran of the military, and he's had to sit up on shifts for a long time. So 48 hours he feels is absolutely no trouble. In fact, he's one of the ones I tested, and he went through 48 hours like I wasn't there. So I don't know how he's going to do sitting in a room without being able to move around that much. But he's a good favorite for being able to make it to 48 hours, no problem. But he's very much used to older style role playing games. We're talking D&D Second Edition, and that he's a Paranoia fan. He really loves Rifts. You know, I give him a lot of a lot of havoc for that, but he's a big Rift guy. So those are the 5 players. We've got bios for all of them on the website. They're all very different and all awesome people. So I have absolutely no doubt that we're going to have a lot of entertaining experiences watching them deal with each other for 48 hours.
Yeah. And I know, as anyone has noticed on the channel, that I haven't been around much. It's also because I've been helping out with this event, kind of behind the scenes as much as I can, because it's local to my area, and I'm having a lot of fun working with everyone.
Yeah, you've been a tremendous help for all of us. We've got you working with the production people. Yeah, uh, we've never tried to do a big streaming event like this ever, and having your experience and the resources that you bring to bear on it has been invaluable. More importantly, it keeps me from having to do it. So you've got my
Of course.
help. Thank you.
And in fact, one of the channels that will be streaming this event will actually be the OI Twitch, which you can find on Twitch TV at Omake_Ikuze_games. So that's going to be one of the locations where you can find this event streaming.
Absolutely.
The other one will actually be the RPGs For Charities Twitch. So we
Yeah.
will literally have 2 different channels going, so if one goes down or if something breaks, we have another right there.
Backups are our friends.
They definitely are. Um, if anybody has any questions, please lock them in the comments, Q&A box, because we will get them live. But I really have to say, with everything that's been going on, I've been keeping an eye on things whenever I can. It really looks like it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to happen between the GMs and the players. And I really think after dealing with a lot of the event, we'll probably be looking maybe about 20 hours in before chaos really hits. And that depends on if all the players are able to sleep well enough the night before.
Yeah, I've given them their warning that they may think 48 hours is a cakewalk, but in this particular circumstances, they are very much suggested to get a really good night's sleep the night before. The event doesn't start until Saturday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so they have plenty of time to sleep, plenty of time to get a great breakfast and all that, and then fight through this 48 hours as hard as they can. And I'll say this to everyone watching. One of the many rewards that we're offering people that are donating to help the players out is actually kind of a pricey one, but if your player is starting to wane and you don't want them to fall out completely, we actually offer little 15-minute naps that they can utilize if they absolutely have to. So if they're about to fall out and you really don't want their charity to be left out in the cold and not get any of the reward money, then by all means donate to help them out. Give them 15 minutes, 30 minutes. That can mean the difference between staying awake and passing out and not getting anything for the charity that they care so much about.
All right. Well, I think that's really about it because I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. I've had a lot of fun.
All right. Be sure to check out RPGsforcharities.com. Look on IndieGoGo for RPGs for Charities. Um, this event is brand new, and it's even at where it's at right now. I believe it's really come a long way. I've included the links in the description below for this video, so be sure to go check them out.
Please.
Yeah, anything else you want to say?
I'll say I really encourage everyone to come out. Even if they're not a donor, it's going to be a blast, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we want everybody to be a part of it. So come out to the store, see everything going on, get it on your computer, streaming, watch it as your days go by, and enjoy it. And if you can donate, by all means, do so and be a part of the experience. And we appreciate each and every one of you for doing so. So we look forward to putting on a great event.
Alright, well, thank you very much, and that's about it, guys. So be sure to check in next time. Follow all of our videos. If you like the channel, hit subscribe, and also be sure go follow this event seriously. So with that said, that's everything we need to do. See you later.
Adios.